people. Kenny against your chump side, hit chump in the market with a gun. Cuban beat works spelled platoon for the proletariat, the relapse ninja. Talented people curled up in the fetal position next to a diamond. Just another service day in the gadgets, 2,000 passes, and a bouquet of surveillance cameras in the pops of the eye. Why? Corpses of water, newly potted presidency, one big shiny corner after animated capitalism, another 9 little boys killing his wife freely. The deification of hyphen. Medicine bread and picture show. Break protesters now like that's part of it. Drop kicking the roses in the grave. DC kick like a stone torn in half. In advances, man, despite CIA guideposts, despite non-African past and future, metaphorical, but not some real name, corner, life, or player, improvising king. Radio prize fight featuring Shango himself with real hands with the man of race. Turn to the ground. Now make progress with the gun. My mother Emmanuel put on music that evening. The swinging tight body language for your drink with ferment and $5 bills. For your body language and applause. My past stomach line, and these were a good thing or a bad thing, like being psychic on the way to a lethal injection. It sit you down with Lady Day. Lady Day leading youth who surrendered their souls to Africa too soon. Poverty thought floating in the cup of water, she said, me accessing my stomach, accessing the love of the American bleach. Coach these women avalanche to the rest. I'm like the man, you avalanche to the shark, keep the pain. What a deal you make the pain. A piano makes sense for them. Lay hands on the world gradually. Addressing the bend and necks on the streets of the north. Travel safe with the pain, free the pain of the north. 10 trigger fingers on that piano, harmony would have me. Putting 100 fights from every direction off of her. Lady Day leading on trees again. Recruiting the countryside itself. Saying lay your pen on this lightning. Make no palm for the pocket of men. I created the blues itself. America may claim my dead body, but will never be. Similar interpretation of signs. I'm listening to her read poems in genuine pursuit of her few flashes of laughter, the confidence of her church. She invented what comes after the blues. Opposite side from the roses in the poetry room, in pursuit of a phonographic description, I want to start the handwriting with music. The object of the miracle is perfection, like taking the A train into itself. Like a body heat of one person warming the entire car. A poem about New York begins. The way Lord locates greater political realities and the diversity of cosmogonies in the small moments of the innocuous interactions between people, the innocuous rhythms of socialization, she can make all things. And we listeners are found peeking over a fence, watching a herd of gods relaxing under the watchful wisdom.
It was multi-faced. I embarked a deeply personal exploration for the self-intertwining, for the themes of identity, for the vulnerability, for the introspection I can find it through the friends. Profound, significant enough for the celebrating of yourself at the heart of the poem. Wrote it down inside of my mind. Composed that for the song dies, the song lives on now. For the random quote, you can find the currency for the memory, for the ebbs and flow. Fortune is sway and the money dance that comes this way. For the waving upon the oceans, a trick you leave that return. Come back not too light. Heart of the wind, but do you hear that sweet melody coming from the wind in the heart? Or to sing the beautiful time and up the tune for this again and there for the final louds, the trumpet for the crowning of a violin. Did Did you feel the gentle stroke coming from the touch of the wind? Did you find that this would be the dose of tranquility for the deep within? Do you find the beat of your life coming? Or this a dance with the tree? It was multi-faced. I embarked a deeply personal exploration for the self-intertwining for the themes of identity, for the vulnerability, for the introspection I can find it through the friends. Profound, significant enough for the celebrating of yourself at the heart of the poem. Wrote it down inside of my mind. Composed after the song dies, the song lives on now. For the random quote, you can find the currency for the memory, for the ebbs and flow. Fortune is sway and the money dance that comes this way. For the waving upon the oceans, a trick you leave that return. Come back not too late. Heart of the wind, but do you hear that sweet melody coming from the wind in the heart? Or it sings a beautiful time and after tune for this again and then for the final louds, the trumpet for the crying of a violin. Did you feel the gentle stroke coming from the touch of the wind? Did you find that this would be the dose of tranquility for the deep within? Do you find the beat of your life coming? Or this a dance with the tree?
You know, a whole lot of God can happen in 3 seconds. Not much heaven, though. Here is a man before a fight, a leave me alone type character, emerging from the penniless death of a one-way street fiction, a fancy way of saying I'm gonna make it even if I have to drive backwards. All I have is chord changes and 1,000 backhands. Driving the street like I'm choking it. Car full of nephews. Hasn't been a sun since November, and there hasn't been a street I can't choke to death. The city better back down. And you see this gun on the table? And something about staring until it all feels stable. Why wouldn't I protect everyone? On my death, sleep late. My son better be quick. My daughter better shoot first because we fall for no one. We fall for nothing. Okay, the first thing you'll feel is the heat. This lady would tell me. Try to tell me about possession. Drink life need is what I mostly hear. And most of the world leaves me alone to breathe smog like a giant, to go to jail every once in a while when the genocide kicks up in late May, when politicians have too easy a time. I'm gassing backwards out a one-way street in honor of myself and in honor of you, if you understand the nature of the world. And how long I've been just like my father. You know, a real resemblance says the anxiety of the neighborhood. This is a crossroads, or a crossroads narrative of someone's crossroads. People get in the habit of turn back only to find themselves remembering me, but not my last words. A man before a fight, you'll feel the heat. There's nothing to keep in mind. There's nothing to remember. Really, there's nothing to be. There's just this moment, then another, then stare, then it all becomes stable, then the table legs go fuzzy, and Friday's an unfamiliar face peeking in the window. It's cool to panic for a second. Composure is wasted on your worst enemies. People are marked on that sidewalk. You the only thing life-size. Everybody knows this in a wire hanger empire. When the blood stops walking, that feeling isn't father enough to be permission to fold. You better swing one more time. And you know that father yours rose from the grave and said, just give me 5 more minutes. He said, running water is a myth. It's us who are running up, down, and all alongside this water. And people don't rise from the grave. They're not laid down neither. It's us. who flip all around their body. So beware when the people around you all look like they about to jump, it might be your time. You feel the heat. And when four walls demand to be four walls in the earth outside music, man, don't panic. Don't try to recreate the earth outside. Don't tell jokes to yourself. Don't even talk disrespectfully to the four walls. Instead, unclench your fist and walk away. There might be heaven if you understand the nature of the world. Now, I go to the railroad tracks and follow them to the station of my enemies. A cobalt-toothed man pitches pennies at my mugshot negative. All over the United States, there are toddlers in the rock. I see why everyone out here got in the big cosmic basket and why blood agreements mean a lot and why I get shot back at. I understand the psycho-spiritual refusal to write white history or take the glass freeway. White skin tattooed on my right forearm, ricochet sewage near where I collapsed into a rat-infested manhood. My new existence is living graffiti. In a kitchen with a lot of gun cylinders to hack up. House of God in part, no cops in part, my body brings down to Christmas. The new bullets pray over blankets made from the old bullets. Pray over the 28th hour's next beauty mark. Extrajudicial Confederate statue restoration, the waistband before the next protest poster. Hey, by the way, time is not an illusion, Your Honor. I will save your deaths for last. You're a widow, Your Honor. You're moving money again, Your Honor. It's only raining one thing. Non-white cops. And prison guard shadows reminded me of spoiled milk floating on the oil spill.
A noun, person, place, or thing.
A noun, person, place, or thing. A noun, a person, place, or thing. To describe that, for this to be the second-hand thoughts, the words that you can find for the mouth, you can't find the words while tongue-tied to the lips, seducing one single syllable for the translating of the thought. Times trans that precisely written to the mind, from the matter for the chatter for the under the breath, like the conversing to myself with the proclaiming off target, missing the mark. Bullseye there, red flag, bullpen, bullshit, bull lying in your audacity for the crowd to spectate your spectacle over the tackling of a hiking to a quarterback to clock the pass, this a pass to receiver for the first down to completion. Competing in what compels and compensates to Satan. Or compete the yards, yarn with the crocheting crowd over the crow's feet to crowd. Crowd of crowns beheaded. Like a king beheaded for the ruling of the mark of the beast of the supposed best headline for the news of the old LA Times, a paper trail for the breadcrumbs to eat daily for the braids, brains and braille. Read, brainwash hairs, heirs of thrones to hearers, herds, what's said, renowned, renowned, read now. What color? Lines, principles, past, your addition of the self, libraries to non-fiction, notified, not a fly for the insisting upon the insects in section 8, the spy on the wallpaper for the living room. This is just a spider for the web, for the internet's not the fly on the wall to catch to clear up the data. Specifically for the number for the 2-minute account for the lost track of that, how numb you are for the bird. Cold or numb birds to be the heart that warms me up for the toilet, see the tolls, tally. That counterclaim for the counterpunch, and I swung counterclockwise to that dumb oxymoronic word for the wisdom of the tempting over the otherwise, and I say the less. Otherwise, you said, evermore for the lesson at least learned, and this is taught by the class and principal of the school to pass your scholarships that sink in the waters in the middle for the lips of the bite with no teeth, and just how you can show a picture that's worth 1,000 words. Unveiled. like I'm rich, no buoyancy for sure. Is this the item for this is listen land to be a verb, a word, and this that describe the land. The body for the land, perfect as I can, the silhouette. My very own soliloquy for the silent under the breath. Like a breeze into the sandwich of the silicone breast. The love to meet between the sun and bread and this would be. In the middle for the lips to bite that with no teeth that can't eat the words and just show a picture that is worth. The value of 1,000 words unsaid, unheard, unseen, unlikely. Wall that you showcase that painting with a random ransom note. The randomly hold up with what's redeemed. Run away with a high ransom and other rhetorical questions that needs to be answered for. This will be the voicemail. No gender pronoun calls don't tender. If it's that male voice anyway, what was left righteous rights? This to have to let the people plead whatever the annual off and hold the holes and shit. Other than want the sum out of the body for the somebody for the spine. Specifically for the number of the two minute account for the lost track of the mind over the numbers of how you find anyway. Too numb to feel like a paraplegic, what's real. Describes that without articulating for the calculating what sitting with what couldn't recount for what words to be sure for the assuming of 1,000. Could be more or less, this is what it may take to be the partial image of a particular enough to be undetermined. Subject deterred, terminating your words, the picture that book. How you would be expressed with alter impression over your art to be encountered for. Unknown, anonymous person synonymous with what is initiating, with what be said, heard, believed, what you seen, documented for the adequately enough to be interpreted. Picture worth 1,000 words to make you laugh, LOL, acronyms and what to spell for the indirectly would the bird words have power, or speak the spell abracadabra like a magician. No trick up my sleeve to calculate what the breeze is to assume 1,000 particles, unseen, but I have faith to believe that it moved the tree, or cast that mountain into the sea, but I didn't see it, but the faith to do it. Of a mustard seed.